Your one click on the subscribe button makes a huge difference. Thank you for your kind support.
The legend of Oki opens with a young girl's narration about her birth on a small island in the Black Sea. She explains how the people there live directly from the land, which has allowed them to survive for generations. While life remained largely unchanged for a long time, she notes that things are starting to feel different. The girl describes the wilderness surrounding their village as dangerous, home to bears and wolves, but also something the locals fear much more: mysterious creatures called the Oki. Though she's never seen one herself, she's heard their eerie calls echoing down from the mountains at night. The narrator concludes her introduction with a devastating revelation. Since she was 4 years old, she's been convinced that she destroyed her family. We meet our protagonist, Yuri, a young girl living with her father in a strained relationship. Her mother is absent, creating a palpable emptiness in their home. During a conversation about birds, Yuri mentions a species called papo, where the father sits on the eggs instead of the mother. When she tries to bring up her mother, her father abruptly cuts her off, saying, "How many times do I have to tell you? She left us." Yuri defiantly responds, "I'm gonna see her," to which her father sadly replies, "She doesn't want to." This exchange establishes the emotional wound at the center of their relationship. The island community is protected by a group of young boys trained by a stern, imposing man named Willem Dafoe, who has lost his wife to the Oki. He berates the boys for their failures in hunting the creatures. "Last night was marvelous, my little subjects. We saw the devil dancing in the goblin's eyes. But did we fell a single one? No." He reminds them that they've been offered by their parents to protect the community, as the Oki have been attacking livestock and causing villagers to live in fear. Maxim has a particular attachment to a young man named Petro, Finn Wolfhard, who was orphaned at 14 and left in his care. Now grown, Petro serves as Maxim's right-hand man. Maxim reveals his personal vendetta. "The Oki took my wife, and for that I have no son to call my own. But if you give your little hearts to this cause, as true as I live, you are all my sons." This establishes Maxim as a father figure to these boys, albeit a harsh and demanding one driven by vengeance. One day, while exploring the forest, Yuri encounters a small Oki. Rather than being frightened, she approaches it gently, repeatedly saying, "I won't hurt you." A connection forms between them as Yuri realizes she can communicate with the creature in some way. When her father discovers her with the Oki, he reacts with fear and anger, but Yuri insists, "It was not going to hurt." This creates further tension between father and daughter, highlighting their different perspectives on the feared creatures. Yuri's ability to communicate with the Oki appears to be unusual and special. She forms a bond with the small creature, protecting it from those who would harm it. We learn that the baby Oki has been separated from its family and is lost in the human world. Yuri decides to help return the creature to its home, despite the dangers this mission entails. The narrative reveals more about Yuri's mother, Dasha, Emily Watson, who has been absent from her life. There are hints that Dasha left because of some connection to the Oki, something that Yuri's father has kept from her. As Yuri embarks on her journey to return the baby Oki to its family, she begins to uncover more about her mother's departure and the true nature of the relationship between humans and Oki on the island. When Yuri escapes with the baby Oki, her father and Petro pursue her into the forest. Meanwhile, Maxim rallies his hunters to track down and kill the Oki. The forest becomes a battleground between those who seek to protect the creatures and those determined to destroy them. During her journey, Yuri eventually finds her mother, Dasha, who has been living apart from human society. Their reunion is emotional but complicated. Dasha reveals that she didn't abandon Yuri willingly. She was taken from her. "He took me from you," she tells her daughter. Dasha has deep knowledge about the Oki and explains their communication. Oki communicate not in words, but in sensations: joy, excitement, pain, fear. When they sing together, weaving their feelings through each other, a kind of miracle happens. It's really quite beautiful. Yuri expresses her desire to experience this connection, but Dasha warns that it's not possible for humans. Oki sing only to each other within family groups, so it's simply not possible. When Yuri protests that the baby Oki is her friend, Dasha responds firmly, "We can't be friends with them. They can't be our pets." This philosophical difference about the relationship between humans and wild creatures becomes central to the story's themes. Dasha also explains that attempting to return the baby Oki to its family could be dangerous. When you turn a baby bird to the nest, it has the stink of man, and the mother tosses it straight out. Despite this warning, Yuri is determined to try. As Maxim and his hunters close in, a confrontation in the caves where the Oki live leads to chaos and violence. The hunters are attacked by adult Oki protecting their territory. In the midst of this conflict, Yuri's father arrives, desperately searching for his daughter. He confronts Maxim, revealing that Dasha left because of Maxim's obsession with hunting the Oki, not because she abandoned her family as he had told Yuri. "She left because of you," he accuses Maxim. In a pivotal moment, Petro begins to question Maxim's leadership and motives. When Maxim demands loyalty, Petro admits, "I let her go," referring to Yuri. Maxim feels betrayed, shouting, "You made an oath!" But Petro has begun to see the situation differently. This marks Petro's turning point as he chooses his own path rather than following Maxim's vendetta. As the violence escalates, Yuri finds herself in grave danger. Her father risks his life to protect her, showing his deep love despite their strained relationship. In a moment of vulnerability, he confesses that he lied about a knife he claimed was special. "I made it all up. I thought it was at a gas station. I thought it looked cool. I wanted it to be something special." This honest moment between father and daughter strips away pretense, allowing them to see each other more clearly. The climactic sequence occurs when Yuri, despite all warnings, attempts to reunite the baby Oki with its family. As adult Oki surround them, Yuri demonstrates her unique ability to communicate with them using sounds and emotions rather than words. She creates a bridge between the human and Oki worlds, something no one believed possible. During this tense standoff, someone shouts, "Hold your fire!" preventing further bloodshed. The humans witness the Oki family reunion, seeing the creatures not as monsters but as beings with their own society and emotional connections. Maxim, faced with this reality, must confront his hatred and the cycle of violence he has perpetuated. The film concludes with a transformation in how the villagers view the Oki. Rather than continuing to hunt them, they begin to respect boundaries and live in relative harmony. Yuri has bridged two worlds, fulfilling her quest to return the baby Oki while also healing wounds in her own family. She reunites with both her mother and father, creating a new understanding between them all. In the final scenes, Yuri remembers her mother's words about the miracle that happens when Oki sing together, weaving their feelings through each other. This metaphor extends to the human relationships in the film. Yuri, her father, and her mother have found their own way to weave their feelings together despite past hurts and separations. The story ends on a hopeful note, suggesting that understanding and empathy can overcome fear and hatred, both between species and within families. The Legend of Oki is ultimately a coming-of-age tale about a girl caught between worlds, between childhood and adulthood, between human society and the natural world, between fear and understanding. Through her courage and compassion, Yuri changes not only her own life but the relationship between her community and the mysterious creatures they once feared. The film suggests that what we fear is often what we don't understand, and that empathy can be a powerful force for transformation. The ending reminds us that family bonds, whether human or Oki, are defined not by obligation but by choice, the choice to understand, to forgive, and to protect those we love. As Yuri reconciles with both her parents and helps the baby Oki reunite with its family, the film suggests that healing is possible even after years of separation and misunderstanding. The final image of humans and Oki coexisting, each with respect for the other's territory and nature, offers a hopeful message about the possibility of harmony between different worlds.